I'm on a quest to find music and art. Supporting local talent is the place I start. Yeah, this is our culture, the place to be. Games, books, arts and crafts and jewelry. This the Guardians of the Geekery. 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 And now for today's episode of Guardians of the Geekery with your hosts, Matt, Carol, and Joey.
Woohoo! Guardians of the Geekery, special Geekery Market edition. Geekery Market, what is it? Have you really not seen or listened to all these podcasts we've been doing about the Geekery Market? Oh, you haven't? Okay. Yeah, so the Geekery Market, it is this November 15th. That's a Saturday, 10 a.m. to 4 p.m. at Cabarrus Arena and Events Center. And we're helping out our charitable organization who helps a lot of folks out is Second Harvest Food Bank. And we ask you to please bring a canned good or non-perishable food item. Please, we've got tons of parking, so no parking deck, easy to get in and out. And of course, we want you to spend all day there because we have jam-packed this market, not only with tons of vendors, 30,000 square feet of not only vendors, but activities, all kinds of fun stuff, food, music, stuff to do for the kids to do while you get your shop on. And so we're just really happy. But hey, this is really cool because Christy has been coming to the Geekery Market for quite some time, but the first time that she's jumped on the podcast with you. So Christy with Creating with the Girls, we're so happy to have you here on the podcast and already excited about your backdrop, especially the Star Wars stuff. So yeah, welcome.
Thank you. I'm very excited to be here. Finally get to sit down with you guys and talk about what this is and how awesome it is.
And we were talking right before we got on air. This will be your third Geekery Market.
This will be my third. And so I've been quilting pretty much my entire life. I'm 53 now, which I proudly own. And I've been doing it for my whole life. And about 15 years ago, I turned it into a business. But I still kept making all these Star Wars quilts for family, friends. Really, because I didn't think anybody else wanted them. Let's be real. I thought, it's super niche. Nobody even sometimes my family was like, you have to do another one. And I'm like Star Wars. Live, breathe, all of it. And I remember 3 years ago, right before I did the first market, my daughter was working night shift and I get a text at like 3:00 in the morning. And she had seen an ad for a call for vendors. And she's like, Mom, you got to do this. Well, it's 3 a.m. I'm asleep. And then I get another one and another one to now I'm like waking up. Go away. I'm waking up and I'm like, there's an emergency. My kid's texting me at 3 a.m. and it's like, you have to sign up for this now. And I did it, again, not really knowing what I was signing up for. I was just like, okay. And then I went and I was like, hey, I have 100% found my people. Because, and I realized that there are other people that really enjoy this as much as I do. So yeah, I'm super excited. I'm glad to be coming back again. And yeah.
For those of you who are just listening and aren't watching, please go look at a picture or go see the video because the piece she has hanging on the wall behind her, it's so gloriously wonderful. It is the Hoth battle scene and I'm just loving it. That is amazing.
My daughter did tell me I should write on there, never forget, because she said it reminded her of some World War II, like epic battle scene. I did not because I wasn't sure everybody would get the reference, but as long as I look at this from now on, that is what will be in my head, right?
No, yeah, that is a wonderful piece.
Yeah, and one of the things that Carol and I get to enjoy is we get these applications and the first couple the first round or two, we will get together, the three of us with Wanda, and sit down and be like, okay, let's go through all the applications. And you will be like, sometimes people apply not understanding what the geekery market is. Like,
that was it was me, and it's really hard sometimes because you read the description and there's so many markets that are out there, right? Let's be real, is there are just so many pop-up markets and craft shows and all of this. And I do a lot of them. But most of them were not my style. Like you walk in and you're like, I'm glad I did this. Yeah, okay. But I'm not gonna do this again. Or this was definitely not what I needed to do. And I walked into the Geekery and I think I was there for about 10 minutes. And I was like, oh yeah, this is this is where I need to be. I mean, and it was just from like other vendors and people who were helping set up. I remember that first time somebody was helping me unload my car, and they're like going through my stuff as we're unloading the car because they're like, "Oh my god, oh my gosh, oh my god." I mean, like I was like instant validation, right? But at the same time, like I said, you just find your people, and and sometimes it takes a while, but you will find them.
And that was the thing, is like when we first saw it, it's like, oh, it's quilts. And we'd have people apply with quilts before, and we were like, okay, and sometimes we will accept them and they'll come and they'll be like, and never apply again. Because it's not, we try to give you guys as much advance notice of like, hey, this is what it's going to be. But it is one of those things that it's like, until you've come to it, you just don't. Because there are other markets that sound like us, that sound like they're going to look like us. And then you come and it's just like, no, we're not a pop-up. We are a 360-day planned event.
Yes, and there's a lot of work that goes into it. So, I mean, as a vendor, I appreciate that 110% because
Thank you. Yeah.
A lot of times you'll sign up for something and then it's like crickets until the day of, and everybody's like, I didn't know about that. I mean, now listen, I tell everybody about the Geekery. I'll share things. I'll be out at dinner and I'll see somebody with a Star Wars like phone case or something. I'm like, hey, do you know about the Geekery? And I actually wound up having some people come find my booth last year at it, where I was just randomly hitting up people and being like, oh, you like Star Wars? You like sci-fi? Hey, I got an event for you.
Fun. Yeah, no, and that's one of look at, you've got Star Wars too. Where's my Star Wars? I'm not wearing Star Wars today. I've got my Doctor Who.
You got Grogu next to Superman behind you.
Oh,
there
yeah.
you go. Yep, there you go.
Yep. But yeah, it's just like I do have Star Wars around here. Now, with Matt and I, we did have a Star Wars Doctor Who wedding. And as you can see, that is actually our spare bedroom that Matt is in. That is the bed and everything is covered with General Leia Organa, girl superpower Star Wars stuff. So yeah, but he's sitting in a Spider-Man chair. So there you go. Yeah, see, nice, pretty pink pillow of rebellion.
Hey, rebellion,
sparkle rebellion,
shapes and colors. So
yeah. Yeah, well, because when our nieces were younger and they'd come and stay with us, they'd sleep in that room. So we were like, here's all the Star Wars, and it's for girls too. So, we just.
For that, so I have 3 girls, which is how I got my name, was because my girls were always in the room with me. And my oldest really liked Star Wars, like sci-fi. My next ones could care less. And then they came out and there was Rey. And all of a sudden, Star Wars was cool. And so I'm like, but there was a girl in the first 3. And she's like, no, that was not cool. And so I get the adding the pink, and, Star Wars is for everybody.
It really is. And, everybody has opinions about the 9.
Yes,
just going to keep showing. So, yeah. So, but everybody always has opinion about the 9 movies, right? The 9 main movies. And, and some people are like, well, I didn't like 1 through 3, and I'm like, but it wasn't for you. It was for people that were our age at that time, we were the age of the first one, so we liked the Carrie Fisher Princess Leia because that was like cool for us, and then the
Like, I wanted to
Anakin,
be her. Exactly.
yeah, and the baby Anakin, and Jar Jar Binks and whatever you have to say about that. But that was, there were kids that were into that, and then the next, and then 7, 8, 9 was kind of a mixture because you got Rey, but you also got some of the other characters back and stuff like that. So it's like the thing about Star Wars is it really is for everybody. But some people who are like, well, I was the original fan. Well, that's good, but you can't just have original fans.
I will share it. And if we can continue to grow the fandom and they can keep giving us stuff, I'm all for it.
Exactly. So. And just the stuff that's come out now, I mean, we're just so, I think we're spoiled and don't understand. Like, it could,
Yes.
But
the way I look at it is this. I view it the same way as I view Peter Jackson's Middle Earth. Everything may not be perfect, but I don't care because I love living there.
You know what? Exactly. That's actually a very valid point. Yeah.
I don't care if you don't like Rey. She ended up on Tatooine, and I love Tatooine. I can find bits from all of the movies that I love.
And you can watch it and be like, oh, that makes sense. Yeah, why that happened.
And the stuff I don't like, I can just look at the pretty scenery and go, wow, Coruscant's really kind of cool.
Yeah.
So it's like, I mean, I love everything, but I'll still spend time there.
Yes.
As much time as you give me.
Exactly.
Yeah. I think it's funny too. It's like some of the people that say, oh, I didn't like the prequels and stuff. And I'll be at conventions and I'll be like, no, hold on. I saw it the first week, episode 1 with you 7 times. And we loved every time. So don't tell me you didn't like it.
Right.
You don't go see movies 7 times in a row.
No, not with what they cost.
No. Exactly.
Joey, okay. I didn't hear that.
You hear me now?
Yeah, there you go.
Okay. So one of the things I wanted to ask you about your quilts is obviously because of the fandom nature of them, you're probably not out there finding pre-made quilting patterns or blocking for a lot of this stuff, right?
No, almost everything I do comes from my head. And I'll show you one right now. I'm going to stand up. And this one I just did. I had it in my head for a really long time. And I was afraid I wasn't going to do it justice. But this one's going to be a hard one. And I hope that.
Oh, yeah.
Ooh.
So it would look nice on the bed with the pillow you just held up, honey.
Yeah.
But it was one of those things that, I mean, this fabric here is actually a stylized tree. It's not even space or Star Wars or anything like that. But then I saw that fabric and I was like, this has to be incorporated into a quilt. Like I have paper by the bed. I'll sit up in the middle of the night and like draw stuff out. It's just I find it very therapeutic. Listen, I think everybody needs to be creative, and this is my way of being creative. So.
Love it. And that was one of those things, like when we clicked on your application the very first year, we're like, oh, these are our kinds of quilts. Yeah. And we were so excited. And so you tell people, oh, there's going to be crafters there and there's like a quilter. And then like we have another person this year. He was there 2 years ago and they're back again this year. But they make the rugs and they're like, oh. And I'm like, but like they're shaped like Pokemon balls and like, and Rebel logos and stuff like that. They're like, oh, okay. Yeah. So it's so amazing to see how people take their love of a fandom or a genre or whatever it is, and then turn it into these amazing pieces of art, because that's really what it is. I mean, like that quilt on the wall behind you. Now there's 4 quilts for those who are not on the YouTube version, but the one that you have is just, it's a battle scene, right? I mean, it's just, it is a work of art, but you had to create that. That was not like, hey, we're going to do the pinafore, sailor style quilt.
Yes.
It's like,
I mean, I do those. This is my fun part, because I
right.
do a ton of, custom quilting. I do a lot of quilts for people, which is nice. I mean, I enjoy it because it still forces me to be creative. But when I'm doing the Star Wars quilts, or I do a lot of actually Doctor Who, and I've done some Star Trek too, because I am not a one horse race
Fandom.
when it comes to, or one horse fan when it comes to sci-fi. But those, that this is my fun. It's when people see me boxing up to go to the shows and stuff, they're like, "Oh, that's so much work." And I'm like, "I don't think you understand. This to me is not work at all." I mean, sometimes I'll complain. I'll be like, "Ah, I got a deadline or something." But to me, if I'm up in my sewing room at 6 hours, I mean, I'll just lose track of time, and it's a good lost track of time. I enjoy it. So
Yeah. Um, we were talking about this on a previous podcast, but one of our friends runs a game bar, which is an arcade. And he had been in the corporate world and, working these long hours. And he's like, this is ridiculous. And then he went out and started this arcade. He's like, I'm working more, doing more, but I love every minute of it.
love what you're doing. Yeah. And
Yeah.
when you love what you're doing, and it's super cliche, I get it. But when you love what you're doing, it's not really work. It's not. And I don't ever, I mean, I'll yell at my sewing machine, and I'll yell at my seam ripper, and I'll yell. But then at the end of the day, when I'm finished, and I mean, about 30 times as I'm working on something, I'm like, hate this. This isn't going to be good. No, forget this. And then I'm done, and I'm like, oh, I really like this.
Yeah. Well, or even when you figure out how to do that one thing that you've been like, how do I do this? Like, I can't figure out this part, and you work on all the other parts, and then finally you're like,
It just like
oh,
clicks,
yeah.
and yeah, yep.
So you have the Hoth battle scene behind you, and then do I see a Mandalorian, and then what's
So
and then,
there's let's see, there's the Mandalorian, the
yeah,
Mythosaur, and then I just have a Darth Vader. These are just some little ones that I
yeah,
brought into the show. I'll show you one thing I have, because it's a family-friendly event, right? Which is huge too,
Yeah.
because not everything is. And I was thinking, so I'm a big reader as well. When it gets too dark to sew, I'm down there with my books and I'm reading my books. Um, and I've raised readers, and I want to encourage more reading. So I just have one little thing that I'm bringing this year, and they're book pillows.
Oh,
Has a little pocket,
Ooh.
can slide your book in, you can carry it to the room where you want, and you can sit down and you have a pillow and you have your book.
Oh.
And I just I made one for a friend of mine. It was her son's birthday, and he carries his little chicken book around all the time. So I was like, I wonder if I could do that with Star Wars. And I did it, and then I went out and I was like, I just oh, my dog's trying to dig through the carpet right now.
yeah, I've got two cats trying to fight behind me.
But it's something geared, most of my stuff is for adults or kids at heart, but big people.
Yeah.
But I think that in order to continue to grow the base, continue to grow the fandom, even like I have my Star Wars pillow that I'd lay on at night and flip through my book or whatever. The kids all have to do reading at school, or I hope they're doing reading at school.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
I just thought that it was a cute little thing, and bring it because, like I said, the Geekery is a phenomenal. I mean, it's not just like a great event, it's a great family event. The amount of stuff that is for all ages. So when I started looking at what I had, I'm like, I need some kid stuff. So, I mean, they can have a quilt too, but
awesome.
I'm not seeing any of the kids paying for the quilt.
Yeah, but even that little bag pillow, that is so adorable because I could totally see it. You know, you take it to the park, you take it to a beach, you know, you're
Mhm.
a kid in the dorms and like your roommates are driving you crazy and you're gonna go sit in the hallway and you've
I'm
got your
going
little pillow
overnight
with
to
you.
grandma's house, and I've got my book and I've got my pillow, and
Yeah.
this is something I would have loved having when I was a kid.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Yeah.
absolutely.
No, I think that's amazing. So what else do you have to show us?
So one other thing, and this is definitely not sci-fi related, but one of my other things is I'm a journaler and I write every day. I make lists, I carry notebooks around, and I also am a hoarder. So I save every little piece of fabric. And so what has happened is I have bins and bins and bins of cut pieces from quilt blocks, from quilts. So I'm turning them into journals.
Ooh.
And so they're all just, and the thing about these is every single one is different. And they're all just, I mean,
Oh,
they're not real complicated. They just have, but you can take that out when it's full and replace it. I have to do it. Oh, there goes the pen. Take it out and then you can get more and just refill it. Um, just something new and different that I haven't had at years past. But I know that there's a lot of
that
us who
sounds so
like to
cool.
write things, a lot of us who journal, a lot of us who just need little gift ideas. So that's something else. Um, what else do we have? So most of the stuff I'm not showing you. So, because most of it is one of a kind. And so if you see it, you will never, and you buy it, nobody else is going to have one like yours ever. I am very much a one and done kind of person. Once in a blue moon, there might be something that I make that I love so much. Maybe 3, 4, 5 years later, I might make it, but it will still be different because I will never use the same fabric. I um, I hate repetition. I hate doing the same thing over and over again. So, so when you see items in my booth, or if you see online or anything, once it's gone, it's not coming back.
If you
Yes.
like it, get
So,
it.
so I know in the past at the market, we've said, you know, walk around. Some people like to walk around and then
Yes,
go back and buy.
yes,
This
yes.
is not a good idea at Christie's booth.
And I had that actually last year. I had a TIE fighter um quilt that I had done where it was very abstract Death Star, extremely abstract. And then it had TIE fighters and this, like they were going into the setting sun. Um, and when I made it, I was like, oh my gosh, I love that. And I had 3 people walk around say, I'll be back. And
Oh.
actually, I had the person who bought it was a repeat customer, and I hope I see her again this year. And she came right up. She's like, I was looking for you. I know you have stuff. And she bought that quilt right away. And then they came back and I'm like, it's gone. I'm sorry. Um, but there is somebody out there that has 3 of my quilts now because
Wow.
they found me at Comic Con. They found me at or not Comic Con, Carolinas. Then they found me at the Geekery, and then they came back and found me at the Geekery. So yes.
Awesome. But yeah, I mean, that's one of those things that you try to explain to people is like, okay, so if you see an author and they've got a stack of 10 books and you want to walk around and come back, you have a good chance that they might still
Yeah.
have a book. And if they don't have a book, you could probably go on
Order
their
it.
website and order it. With these handcrafters, a lot of them
It's gone.
it's
Yeah.
gone.
Yep.
Even like the pottery people, you know, like they're never going to get that same color combination. They're never going to get that same swirl of the
Doesn't
clay.
exactly because it just doesn't with for me with fabric, it's different dye lots are different. And going back to this TIE fighter that I did last year, I actually miscalculated my border yardage, and I couldn't find it anywhere. I went to like every fabric shop. I couldn't remember where I bought it. I cut a piece. I had a little tiny piece left. My husband had to go up to Greensboro for work. He's up there going in all the fabric shops up there. He's got that looking online. I mean, it's a group effort. And it was just like, and I finally put it in a Facebook group, and I'm like, oh my gosh, somebody please help me. And it was like some random stranger from the internet that finally helped me out, because every fabric store we went to here was like, yeah, no, that wasn't us. That wasn't us. And so, and exactly, for me, for pottery, for woodworking, it's because of the materials you're working with, you can have some consistency, but a lot of times you can do the exact same thing and you'll have a different outcome, which I think is kind of cool when it comes to creating and the artistic endeavor of it and all of that. So
I think that's one of the things that makes it amazing. And that's why, I would much rather have something from an event like ours versus going to, a box store. And listen, how I did the Funko Pops, I did this and I did that. But now and we all go through that phase, but now there's just something about like, oh, somebody handcrafted that,
Yep.
and knowing that what you have
yes,
is you're just not going to find it everywhere,
yes. Yep.
So I think that's the thing that's so neat about that. Well, I'm so glad that you're going to be coming back, and we're so excited to have you again. I can't believe it's just a couple of weeks away.
Oh, I'm like, yeah, I have lost total track of time. Like, he's like, what'd you do today? I'm like, I sewed. He's like, well, what else did you do? I'm like, yeah.
I sewed some more.
I sewed
changed
some
the
more.
thread.
Yeah.
I changed I had to go from blue thread to black thread because I ran out,
I did. I did let the dog out. But that's okay. November tends to be crazy, but I wouldn't have it any other way. I really, really enjoy my time at the market. So I'm looking forward to coming back.
We are so glad to have you back. And we get so excited. I think it's one of the fun things. I was telling Carol the other day, we sat down to start assigning everybody their booths and everything like that. And, we looked at the applications back in February, and then certain people were like, yes, 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 yes. They paid their bills. We didn't have to chase after them. We may have seen them out in the wild, but other than that, it's like, okay, and now we're getting there, and I'm like, oh yeah, we have this person. Oh yeah, this person's coming back, and being able to kind of be excited about it. It's Christmas for us, right, Carol?
Oh, yeah.
It's like
Yes, it
we
is.
get to see it all, but then it doesn't all have to live in my house. Just
I mean, I will say that yes, because I have display stuff, and I have boxes and I have bins, and I'm tripping over them, and I'm like, I'm ready. I am ready to go.
see you. If people want to go and see examples of some of your work online ahead of time, where would they go?
So I'm predominantly on Instagram, creating with the girls. I do have an Etsy shop, but I'm really bad with it. And I don't ever list my geekery stuff, because I want you to either stumble across me on Instagram, word of mouth, or find me at a market. That kind of stuff I like to do, more of a personal one-on-one kind of deal. So definitely Instagram. That's the best place to find me. I'm online a lot.
Okay.
So yeah, and there's always pictures. I post a lot of pictures.
Some of Christy's stuff, realize that what you see on Instagram may have already sold, but get excited about what you're going to potentially stumble upon when you see her booth at the Geekery Market, and make sure to buy it the first time you see it. Somebody else will swipe it right under your feet. So, yeah, but see, thank you so much for coming online. It's so much fun.
Having me. I'm so excited that I finally was able to make it this year online. So Awesome.
That's one of the things that we love too, is just being able to like get to know you guys. So it's not just the sea of people that we never talk to. We take your money and go away. It's like this lets us know a little bit about all of you guys so that we get to sit down and be like, oh yeah, there's Christy and there's this person and that person. So it really makes it a family, which we love. So thank you for being part of the Geekery Market family.
Thank you. And shout out to my daughter for forcing me to do this so many years.
Yes, definitely.
What's her name? Shout out to her.
Shy. Shout out to Shy.
Shy, thank you. We appreciate you. And we'll see you soon.
All right. Bye guys. Bye.
Bye-bye.
That was an episode of Guardians of the Geekery. Thank you for listening. Check us out at guardiansofthegeekery.com and stay tuned for more content.